Welcome to the Holy Yogi, where we help you find the guru inside of you. Hello, beautiful. Hello, handsome. How you doing today? And if no one has told you today that they love you, let me be the first. I love you. Mwah! Give you some kisses too, and a nice little cyber hug to go with that, to give you that love juice, because love is the greatest medicine of them all, and love makes the world go round and round and round. And love, simply put, ladies and gentlemen, it always wins. Now, with that said, before I give you the love message for today, this is what I want you to do. I want you to like, I want you to comment, I want you to subscribe, and ding, 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 ding. Hit that notification button so we can give you the up-to-date information on the daily. We're here 365 days a year. That's right, 24/7. So with that said, let us talk about the message for today. And I'm going to begin with saying this to you. Before you take advice from anyone, do this. Maya Angelou said it best. People will show you who they are the first time. Believe them. I'm going to say it again, because most people are still stuck in spiritual special ed. And when it walks like a dog, talks like a duck, it's a duck, ladies and gentlemen. Believe them, okay? So this is what I want you to do. I want you to realize this one thing. This is what I want you to do. When you go to, for example, the experts, when you go to a doctor, look at the doctor. And if the doctor doesn't look healthy, you shouldn't be getting advice for someone to teach you how to be healthy who's not even healthy themselves. I can remember going to the hospital and I would see a doctor smoking. They know it's the #1 cause of cancer. They know it's carcinogens in it. They know it's the road to massive destruction. You don't want advice for somebody that's not even taking their own advice. Or the male doctor looks like he's about 8 months pregnant and about to deliver something, has his big pot belly out. He's obese. Don't take advice from that type of doctor. Or they're wrinkly, or they're gray hair, and they're old, and they're coughing, and they look like, the doctor look like he needs or she needs a doctor. You want to be clear about that. And I want you to fully understand it, because people have lost the business of being authentic and working with a great deal of integrity. I would never go and seek advice from somebody on how to be healthy if they are not healthy themselves. I don't care if they have an MD behind their name. They're not practicing what they're preaching. They're not working with integrity. And more importantly, you're getting some ill advice, okay? Number 2, let's say, for example, you're going to seek guidance from a preacher, and you're walking in a church. And the reason why I'm laughing is I remember going to a church, and I remember this preacher, and he was up on the stage, and he was preaching about how Jesus had a Rolls Royce as a chariot, and that, what else about Jesus? Jesus was walking around in his name brand clothes, etc., and how rich and prosperous Jesus was. And if you wanted to make that divine connection with Jesus, you had to give him money, because see, he's been practicing and he's been praying, and he has like a front row seat to Jesus, because Jesus speaks through him and to him. And if you donate money to him, favor that comes upon him, he's going to put that favor upon you. And I saw people running up on that stage, and the preacher's last name was Dollar. That's him right there. And they were throwing money on that stage, throwing checks on that stage. And it was mind-boggling. I just had to leave, because it was very clear that they were being duped. Those people were putting their rent money on that stage. They were putting their gas money on that stage. They were putting their bill money on that stage. But they expect through some miraculous experience that all of a sudden the blessings was going to come upon them. And let me tell you right now about God, and this is what I know for sure. God helped those who help themselves. And more importantly, there is nothing special about that preacher on that stage that's not special about you. As much as he has a divine connection, you have that same divine connection when you choose to tap into it. And God speaks to you just like he speaks to him. So keep that in proper perspective. Remember, stop looking for your answers outside of you. They're all inside of you. You're special just like everybody else out there. Another thing, you're going to school. And you're going to school to get an education. And while you're there, the teacher's there up on that wonderful podium, and the teacher's giving you advice. And I can remember when I was going to be a doctor, and I was asking this, I think it was my chemist. What was he? Pre-med? I know it was pre-med. I think it was a chemist, or he was just in the medical biologist, or whatever the case may be. And so I'm talking with him, and me being a vegan, vegetarian at the time, and things of that nature, and I'm knowing that a vegan diet is much more healthier than a carnivore diet for human beings. And I'm breaking down anatomy and physiology of the situation. And I asked him, how could he justify that, humans are meat eaters? And so he proceeded to tell me that it was because we had the teeth to cut meat. And I informed him, no, we did not. We do not have the teeth to tear meat because we need fangs in our mouth in order to be able to do that. More importantly, we didn't have the digestive system in order to process it because a carnivore digestive system is too complex compared. Carnivore digestive system is different than an herbivore digestive system, which we have. Anyway, make a long story short, he couldn't argue with me, but he chose to disagree with me. And more importantly, he was working out of integrity. So I had to make my own decision as far as that was concerned. I can also remember as I was getting into the real estate investment arena, and Lord have mercy, watch the people that give you money advice. Listen, hint, ladies and gentlemen, do not take advice from a poor person to teach you how to become rich. It's amazing. A lot of people have a lot of advice for you that are not qualified. And for example, I can remember talking to this man, and he was just going on and on and on about how, about real estate investment. I was just not getting into it. And he was going on and on about don't invest in real estate. And he was telling me pros and cons and yada, 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 yada. And when he was in college, he was going to invest in real estate. Woo, 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 woo. He just kept going and going and going and going and going. He sounded very intelligent. I just asked him one question. I asked him, number one, was he a real estate investor? And he said no. And I said thank you. And I went left. How can he teach me about real estate if he has never owned any real estate? How can he teach me about investing if he hasn't invested or put his dime on the line as far as real estate investing? So I hope everybody gets the moral of the story. And the moral of the story is this. What I want you to do is know that you are your best expert. That I want you to really trust yourself and trust God. Because I'll be honest with you, everything that I'm sharing with you, even when I got into real estate investing, I didn't have the money to go through all these fabulous expert courses, etc. But I did have time to read the books on real estate experts, investors, and I copycat and did exactly what they did. Or I got together, treated them to lunch, or went to a free workshop And I listened to what they said to do, and I went about going and doing it. And then I can even remember getting a mortgage broker who worked with millionaire investors. Well, if he was doing the deals for them, he knew the deal in order to become a real estate investor and make millions. Matter of fact, he was an investor himself, and he invested in real estate. Boy, I love Mike. Mike helped me a lot with putting them deals together to get those mortgages so I could buy all those houses that made me a millionaire. So that's what I want you to fully understand. You don't have to be an expert in all those things. But when you're going out there and when you're getting advice from people of any kind, free or even paid, watch their life. See what they're doing. And if it doesn't line up, and if they're not practicing what they're preaching, and they're not example of what they are speaking about and what they are supposed to be, turn left and go find the ones that are. It's going to save you a lot of time, money, energy, and stress. And more importantly, I want you to trust yourself. I want you to say, and start off by saying, I am an expert as far as my health, as far as my wealth, as far as whatever it is that you want to do, even in the health arena. I read every book underneath the sun. I did everything that I could do in order to heal myself of cancer, even decided to become a vegan, etc., of lupus, etc. I did my due diligence, and I made the proper decision, and then I canceled with God. Because God is the greatest expert of them all and will lead you in the right direction. The greatest physician, the greatest money manager and money expert, the greatest relationship expert. God will lead you along in the right path to do everything and anything that you need to do. Trust yourself, trust God, and you get to the top of any type of life experience that you want to have. Okay, so with that said, I hope you enjoyed that fabulous message for today. I want you to like, I want you to comment, I want you to subscribe and comment. Look, what, experiences have you had as far as getting advice from people? What were the pros and cons of it? And what was the best advice that you got from God? Okay? Because I want you to train yourself to really counsel with God first and foremost, whatever it is that you want to do, especially when it's really important. God will lead you along the way to the best route in order for you to accomplish your dreams. Peace, hetepu, namaste. Have a fantastic day.